had 7 daughters, and they came and drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherds came and drove them away. But Moses stood up and helped them and watered their flock.
Now this priest of Midian, his daughter, they would go water the flock. Then, but the people, they would drive them away. So Moses stood up and he helped them. Go ahead and read on.
Verse 18.
Go ahead.
And when they came to Ruel, their father, he said, "How is it that you are come so soon today?"
So now apparently it must take them much longer to get back. But because Moses stood up and drove these people away, then that is how they were able to finish watering their flock and come right back. Go ahead and read on.
And they said, "An Egyptian delivered us out of the hand of the shepherds."
Wait a minute. They said an Egyptian delivered them out of the hand of... Did an Egyptian deliver them?
No,
Who
sir.
delivered them?
Moses,
the Israelite delivered them. But what did their daughter say? The girl said that an Egyptian delivered us. So apparently the Egyptian and the Israelite looked just alike, didn't they?
Yes, sir.
Because they said an Egyptian delivered us out of the hand. Go ahead and read on.
And also drew water enough for us and watered the flock.
So now we find out here that Moses, the Israelite, he was mistaken for an Egyptian.
Yes, sir.
So apparently he looked like an Egyptian, didn't he? Let's go and look at another thing here. Let's go now to let's go and read something here about some DNA. Because Moses had a brother, his name was Aaron. And Aaron was the first high priest that the Lord had out of the tribe of Levi. When the Levitical priesthood began, let's start reading here and this article, this was taken out of the newspaper here in 1999. This is the article here. Go ahead and give us the scoop here. Give us the information.
Okay.
Give us the subtitle and all of that.
Okay. DNA ties African group to Jews.
Now you said DNA. It says ties African groups to Jews. Go. What else does it say?
Tests support long-time limber claims.
Now it tests support long-time limber claims. These people, they are called limber. You understand what I'm saying? But they know that they are Israel, just like we are called Afro-American, color, Negro, or whatever. But we know we Israel. But everybody else, don't nobody call us by that name but us. But other people call us by different names, and wherever Israel was scattered, they were called by different names. You understand what I'm saying? Whoever their captors were, they gave them a name. You know, if they was in this land, then the people called them by some name. And if they was in another land, then the people call them by some other name. Now these people, they are called limber. Go ahead and read on.
Genetic tests on the limber people of southern Africa show strong evidence that the Bantu-speaking tribe may be of Jewish ancestry.
Wait a minute. They said, what kind of test? Genetic. Genetic tests show that they may be related to who?
Of Jewish ancestry.
Oh, they may be of Jewish ancestry. It said genetic test shows that, you know, the DNA stuff that everybody talks about all the time now. It shows that they may be related to the Jews. Go ahead and read on.
A team of geneticists has discovered that limber men carry a DNA sequence that is distinctive to the Kohanim, a hereditary set of Jewish priests. The New York Times said Sunday.
Go ahead.
The priests, who are different from rabbis, perform certain ritual roles.
Go ahead.
The limber, who practice circumcision.
Wait a minute, said the limber, they practice circumcision. Well, you know, that's what we do, right?
That's right,
you know what I'm saying? Well, we didn't do it till we discovered we was Israel, though, did we? You know, 'cause I got men, I know some men that's only 70-something years old after they discovered they Israel. Where they went and got circumcised. Why? Because the Lord made the covenant that Israel must be circumcised. Actually, they supposed to do it when the child is 8 days old. But whenever you discover you Israel, that is when you are supposed to do it. And I'm going to tell you this as well. It is not just for Israel. The Lord made the covenant initially with Abraham and his seed after him, and with the stranger as well. In other words, everybody that was going to come under that covenant had to be circumcised, but Israel, they definitely had to be circumcised. So now, these people, they practice circumcision. Go ahead, what else they do?
Keep one day a week holy and avoid eating pork or pig-like animals.
And that's what we do as well, don't we? You know, Israel, you see everything. And pig, they eat all of it. Everything from the head down to the foot. Don't they eat pig feet? Still
Yes,
eat
sir.
them.
Yes, sir. That's right, brother.
They
Yes,
eat pigtails. They eat them too,
yes,
don't
sir.
they?
He is.
Everything from the head down to the foot and everything in between.
That's right, brother. Yes, sir.
You know about them chitterlings. You know what they are. I'm going to be proper with it.
Chitterlings.
But Israel calls them chitterlings.
Yes, sir. Chitterlings.
But they eat it all, don't they? You understand what I'm saying? But then somebody showed you that you was Israel, didn't they?
Right,
then they showed you in the 11th chapter of Leviticus where God said you are not supposed to eat that, right?
That's right.
Then you stop eating it, didn't you?
That's right.
So now, you know, the same thing happened with these people here. You know, they figured out that they was Israel, and they started to try to obey God's commandments. Go ahead and read some more of that that's on the line.
And long have asserted they are of Jewish heritage.
And they long been telling people they're Jewish heritage. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody paying no attention. You know, the genetics, they say, you know, what we going to do is we going to run some DNA tests on these people and prove them wrong once and for all. Mm-hmm. And then maybe they'll stop running around here talking about they some Israelites. They are limbers. They ain't no Israelites. So now they ran a genetic test on them. They discovered that they have Jewish ancestry, but they had been telling them all along. And you know how they found out about it? They found out the same way you found out about it. Somebody showed it to you in the Bible. Go ahead and read on.
The discovery of the common DNA sequences stemmed from research into the Jewish tradition that priests are the descendants of Aaron, the elder brother of Moses.
Wait a minute, their priests are the descendants of Aaron. These are dark-skinned race of people that we are reading about here. You understand what I'm saying? Now the genetics prove that the Israelites are a dark-skinned race. You got all evidence. Everybody telling you that the Israelites are dark-skinned race of people. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know that the Egyptians are a dark-skinned race of people. You know the archives that they have dug up show you that the Israelites are a dark-skinned race of people. Show you that the Egyptians are a dark-skinned race of people and that the Israelites look just like the Egyptians. Now the DNA is telling you the same thing. Everybody is saying the same thing, but ain't nobody paying attention. Now, where are we? That's good enough for that. Now, let's go and read a definition here from the Random House Dictionary. I just want you, the little parentheses here I got in red.
Yes, sir.
Read what's underlined there in red, and the title there is Negro. Go ahead and read.
Negro,
one
having dark skin pigmentation,
of
the black race of mankind, especially the indigenous peoples of Africa.
Wait a minute. Now we read earlier that Ham was the forefather of the dark races, but not the Negro.
That's right, brother.
So the Negroes, they are dark-skinned race of people too. Go ahead and read on.
Generally characterized by brown to black pigmentation, broad, flat nose.
Go ahead. Do the best you can.
Prognatheism. Prognatheism. Can you see that word, brother?
I can't even. You got glasses. You can't
overted,
see. You know I can't see.
Oh, wait a minute. Overted lips.
Overted, you know, we got the overted lips. We got the flat nose, and what else?
And woolly to crisp hair.
And we got the woolly to crisp. You don't like his. I got a little bit, but I just got a little bit on the side. But his is nice and woolly. What else did it say there? Go ahead and read.
It says Negro or black.
Negro or black. Go ahead. What else?
Of Niger, black.
Niger or black. That's what I want to get to that too as well.
Yes,
so
sir.
now we know the Negro, they are dark-skinned race of people here.
That's
you know, They got the woolly hair, they got the protrude lips, and they got the flat nose and all of that.
Yes,
and they are called as well Niger, which means black. Let's go and read something about an Israelite here. Some Israelites. Let's go now to Acts chapter 13, and we'll begin reading at verse 1. Acts 13, and we'll pick it up at verse 1. 13 and 1. Acts 13, begin reading